am Tiffany Overmiller, Vice President of Saba, and we are so excited tonight. You are here to get the Saba Skinny. And what that is we're going to tell you everything that you need to know about Saba, why it's so exciting, and why you need to join us. And there's a great person that's going to tell you about that tonight. He's President and CEO of Saba, Mr. Gary Hale.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And first of all, I want to thank everybody that's watching the live stream literally across the world, and Saba Associates coast to coast here in the U.S. Certainly appreciate you joining us. I want to say a special thank you to our live studio audience. Give yourself a hand. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about Saba, the company. We're going to talk a little bit about the industry. And we're going to talk, obviously, about our products and an opportunity that's available here at Saba. So the business that we're in, what is Saba? The business that we're in, people refer to as the home-based business. Some people call that network marketing. And why are so many people in today's world looking for a home-based business, looking for something to supplement their income? I can tell you that bottom line is it's because of stress. Most of the stress today in our world is about money. People, quite frankly, are tired of commuting. I was in California a few months ago, and there they have bedroom communities where people literally live an hour, hour and a half outside of the big city and then drive in 2, 3, 4 hours if you're in LA traffic, probably on the 101. But people are tired of that commute. They're also scared right now of an unstable economy. Right now, we live here where we are at our home office in Oklahoma City, where we're broadcasting live from in our conference room. Obviously, the oil industry is real big. Now, you're enjoying those cheap prices at the gas pump right now. It's not necessarily helping the economy here in Oklahoma. So a lot of people are concerned about that. And, you know, the average household owes actually in debt over $80,000. So most people today are living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, many people actually will work 4 to 6 months out of the year that they work just to pay their taxes. That's a sobering thought. So what is the solution? We believe the solution to that is the home-based business opportunity, where there's no boss, there's no set hours, there's no set workplace. Especially in today's mobile world, you literally can work just about anywhere that you choose to, obviously in your home as well. There's tremendous tax advantages to the home-based business industry. Check with your accountant, and they can certainly share that information with you. You also get paid what you're worth. If you go out and you work, it's no different than any other opportunity, any other job. If you're out there and you're really putting in the effort, you're following the system, you will be rewarded for doing that. So what does that do? Well, that also frees up time with that extra income to spend more time with your family, more vacations, gives you the opportunity to work either full-time or part-time. And that's one thing I want to make real clear. We're not asking anybody to go quit their job to go do this. It's a great part-time opportunity. However, for some people that do so well, and we'll hear from one of those tonight, it certainly can become a full-time opportunity. So the question is, are you working or are you networking? Robert Kiyosaki had a series of books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that most of you are familiar with. And, you know, he said a quote out of that. He said, the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Probably my favorite quote of all time, though, that really fits our business as well as anything that I've ever seen, is something that Andrew Carnegie said when he said, I'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own. So we believe that we're in the right industry. So what about the company? What about this Saba? Well, we have offices. As I said, we're broadcasting here tonight live from our home offices in Oklahoma City, but also have a tremendous facility in Orlando, Florida. And the cool thing about that is these facilities put us in a position to where we can have substantial growth. A lot of times companies might grow too fast, but in this case, this allows us to grow. And by the way, Saba is a subsidiary of a company, AMS Health Sciences, that has actually been here for over 25 years. So you're not talking about a brand new company. It's a company that has a management staff that has experience in the industry. And as I said, from everything from our IT structure to warehousing, everything we do, we are positioned for that growth. So what about the products? What about what it is that we do? I've talked about the industry, talked a little bit about the company. We chose to be in what you might call the wellness industry. Some people refer to it as supplements, and we, as you can see behind me, we have a tremendous amount of products. But why did we do that? The reason is a lot of experts agree, including one that I've studied, Paul Zane Pilsner, who wrote a book called The Wellness Revolution. And Paul said that the wellness industry will reach $1 trillion and produce over 2.5 millionaires, new millionaires, I might add. So this is from someone who not only is an author, an entrepreneur, but was an economic advisor to 2 presidential administrations. So we believe, obviously, that we are in the right industry. So what are the products? Let's talk a little bit about what those products are. We're involved in weight management. We're involved in energy. We're involved in nutrition and wellness. We're involved in body care. And I think all of you realize that each one of those categories are million, if not billion-dollar industries. But combined together, it gives us a complete catalog. As you can see behind me, everything from sports nutrition, everything from energy products, weight loss products, just overall general nutrition and good health, plus our Saba 60 program, which is a program that not only gives you the supplements that you need, but also a complete program for you to follow, a food program for you to get the ultimate results with your fitness and your wellness level. A couple of people we have here tonight have had great success with the products, because I can sit here and talk all night about the products, but quite honestly, what really matters is, do they work? What are the results? And we want to first bring up that lives right here in Oklahoma, Kristen Eby, who's going to share her story with us. Let's hear it for Kristen.
Hi, I'm Kristen Eby. About 2 years ago, I realized my health had been to the, it was horrible. So I was looking at a friend of mine's Facebook post, and I saw this product, Saba Ace. So I researched it and looked at it, and I realized I was just an hour away from the company. So I decided to try this, and I lost weight, I gained weight, lost weight, gained weight. Over the holidays, I pigged out, just things like that. And then Saba 60 came along, and that's when it truly took hold for me. 3 years ago, I couldn't even tell you, I was nearly 300 pounds. There's no way you can even imagine, size 26. I couldn't, they would probably wrap around me then and then several times. The Saba 60 program, when I started looking at everything that I put in my body, the outcome, I looked at all the other products that we had, and I realized I had hit a gold mine. So I didn't just look at Saba 60 with the Saba Ace and the Top Fast, which I love, the meal replacement. I looked at the vitamins. I looked at the shampoo. My family, we all love the Dermabar, just things of that nature. Now that I have hit my maintenance goal, well, I'm actually on maintenance, and I'm trying to tone up all of the biscuit skin that I have out of the biscuit cans. You know how they kind of roll over and roll over. I'm now addicted to working out and doing things of that nature. So I love our Saba Sports products. But back to my journey, I was just so depressed. I couldn't get up in the morning. I couldn't even, You know, I didn't want to get in the shower. I didn't want to do anything. I just felt miserable. You know, 3 years ago, this would have been, I would have never done this. You know, I stuttered to the point where I couldn't even say one sentence without it coming out, you know, 30 minutes later. I was so self-absorbed, and I let food and all my other issues just take over. You know, my life is one big blessing. And, you know, a year ago when Saba 60 first came out, never dreamed when I entered the quarterly contest, but I actually was the first second place winner that the company had. You know, how awesome was that to walk up and Tiffany is announcing the 50 plus club winners, and I'm about to sit in my chair, and then on the screen, I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, that's my picture up there. And she's talking about Saba 60, and she mentions my name, second place, $1,500. Oh my gosh, it was just amazing. So I have other friends here that I want to introduce. One of my very good friends, Amanda Melby. Yay. Thank you, dear.
Hi, I'm Amanda Melby. And yeah, I stalked Kristen for a while, and I stalked a couple other people to see what this program was all about. You know, I'd heard about ACE and I'd heard about some other companies, and I was really, really skeptical. But I was also to the point where I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to conquer anything. I'd gotten to a tight size 20, and I really didn't know what to do with myself. So I investigated it, checked it out, decided why not. So I took it, loved it, and honestly, I just wanted it cheaper. So I started that way, and people started asking me how the weight was coming off. I told them how it was coming off, and you know, it really was that easy to get started. A little bit later, about 25 pounds later, the Saba 60 program came around, and I thought I needed to step it up and do a little bit more with myself, so I did. And I also ended up being a second place winner, got $1,500, which was a big blessing for our family. My husband found himself out of work at the end of this past year, and that, along with commissions and sales from Saba 60, really helped us get past the last 6 months. So I've been thrilled to have something to supplement my income and help us out and help me get healthier. And now I've lost almost 50 pounds, and yay. I'm building my own team, and I love what Saba's doing for us. So thank you.
Well, as you can see, it's real results with real people, with real products. And we are extremely excited about all of our products. In fact, if we had time tonight, we could literally bring every person up that is in this room. Brooke Ashlock is sitting over here to my right and has lost a tremendous amount of weight, and not only changed her life, but has changed hundreds of others by going out and sharing the product. But I can tell you that's our foundation. That's what we're about. If the products don't work, then it kind of all stops there. But because of the results of the product that we get, it affords us a great opportunity. And I do want to remind you that all the statements that you heard tonight about our products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. None of the products are intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Okay, you've heard from some of our people and their testimonies and the products that are getting results for them. So let's talk real quickly about the opportunity. In Saba, there's 7 different ways to earn money. And I'm going to go through these quickly. In fact, afterwards you can get with the person who invited you to watch the live stream tonight, and they can give you all of the details of exactly how the program works. But first is retailing. As I said, if you don't have a product that people are willing to purchase, chances are your business is not going to grow very much. So you need a product that's going to get results. And we have seen tremendous results from Saba associates all across the country who have done tremendous with just retailing the product. And that's very important because it's natural. People like Kristen lose weight. They get excited. And she didn't like to be in front of the room or talk to people before, but all of a sudden she has this confidence. And now she's sharing the products with people. And I know, Kristen, you and a lot of people on your team certainly have had a lot of success with retailing the products. Then second out of the 7 ways is upfront bonuses on our product enrollment kits. One thing I want to clarify and make it very clear, everything that we pay commissions on here at Saba are based on product sales. So it's the volume of product sales that moves through your organization that earns you the commissions. And we pay you upfront bonuses on those product enrollment kits based on what enrollment kit they come in with. And you can start as low as $49 and get started with Saba HG2 that you see right behind me. If you're really serious about a business, obviously we have more kits available as well. Then we offer what we call a Super Start bonus, simply for bringing in 4 people with those product packs. In your first month, we pay you a $100 bonus with our Super Start bonus. So let's talk about the 4th. And our 4th, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this, but it's what we call our weekly commission. Saba is a 2-team commission system and program, meaning that you have 2 different legs within your organization. So what happens is one leg becomes what we call your pay leg. And the product that is moved through that leg is actually what we pay 10% commissionable volume on. So I'll just give you an example. If Brooke right here has $10,000 in 1 week on her pay side, she's going to earn 10%, which would be what? $1,000, right? Off of her pay leg. Okay, so that's the 4th way. The 5th way, and this is what really makes our program exciting, is what I call, or what we call, our matching bonus program. Because what it does is it allows you to go out and start new generations. Every time I bring in someone with one of our product packs, what happens is they become what we call our first generation, which means I'm going to earn 50%. Angela's going to come up in just a couple of minutes here, and I'll use her for an example. If I enrolled Angela, okay, she becomes my first generation, which means I'm going to earn 50% commission on what she earned off of her pay leg. So if Angela earned that $1,000 this week off of her pay leg, because I enrolled her, I get 50%, which means $500. Now, here's the really cool thing is you can enroll as many people with our product as you want. So you can have 5, 10, 15, 20, an endless amount of personally enrolled people that are your first generation. Now, I'm not going to confuse you too much because we go all the way through 7 generations, but I will tell you, I'll just go one more example. Anyone that I personally enrolled, when they bring someone in, once again, with our product pack, then what's going to happen is that becomes their first generation. But it's now my second generation. And while Angela is going to earn 50% off the person that she enrolled of what they make off of their 10% pay leg on the product moved that week through that leg, I'm going to earn 20%. And I'm going to earn that 20% off of every person that is one of my first generation people. So again, without complicating it, get back with the person that invited you to watch the program tonight. They can explain it in detail if you choose, but I recommend you just keep it simple. It's pretty simple. The more people you enroll with our products, the more 50% matching bonuses you're going to earn, and it will just grow from there. And then other ways to earn money. We take 3.5% of the entire volume of the product that's moved through Saba and pay it out in different bonus pools, not to mention contests, plus awards and recognition. A group of us are headed to the Dominican Republic coming up. So my point is, it's a lot of fun. and affords a lot of opportunity for those people that choose to go out and really treat this like it is a business. And I want to bring up one of the people that has certainly done that and wants to share her story of some of the results that she has got. One of our platinum directors, who's also right here in Oklahoma, Angela Stevens. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really an honor to be able to tell you a little bit about what has happened in my life over the last 2.5 years. I had been looking for ways to create a new river of income for my missions trips. And so I've been praying about that. In 2012, every network marketing, multi-level marketing company you could think of, those opportunities were presented to me, but they did not speak to me. I knew that they were not for me. And coming to the end of 2012, a girl in our church had suddenly lost a lot of weight. She lost 28 pounds in 1 month. And so I asked her, I said, what in the world are you doing? And she said, it's this natural weight loss supplement called ACE, Saba ACE. And I was like, I never heard of that. And she said, yeah, it just melts it off. And it's natural. And I said, that's crazy awesome. Well, tell me about the marketing plan for this. Yeah, she said the opportunity, I don't know that much about, but I can tell you a mutual friend of ours who turned me on to this. So I talked to her. Her name was Connie Moss. So I talked to Connie at the end of December, and I said, tell me how this compensation plan works. Are you really making money with it? And she said, Angela, I am. She said, she told me how much she wanted to make. If she could make an extra $500 a month, that would be great. And so I asked her how much she was making in her first 6 months. And when she told me, it blew me away. I said, okay, let me talk to my husband about this. So in January, the 1st of January, I talked to my husband about it. I printed off the compensation guide and I showed it to him. And I said, could you look at this and tell me if this is as phenomenal as what it looks like it is to me? So he did. And on January the 4th of 2013, I joined as an associate. And I began to take the product myself, Saba ACE. Altogether, I've lost 35 pounds, and I'm excited about that. That's awesome. I feel good. I love it. I feel better about myself. Everybody does when we lose weight. And but the thing that was my why was producing a river of income to bless my family and above all to finance my missions trips to the nations. So I started working it with all my heart. 57 years old when I joined this company. I just turned 57. And I started working it, and I started talking to all my family about it, all my friends. I introduced them to the opportunity. I trained them, and we all began to be blessed by this amazing opportunity. In my 6th month, I won a $53,000 Mercedes-Benz, free and clear. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. I'd never had anything like that happen in my whole life. I couldn't believe it. And not only did the company bless me with the car, they paid the tax, title, and license on it, and the first 2 weeks insurance. I mean, this company goes over and above to bless its distributors. I've never seen anything like it. And so that proved to me that this is real. And by this time, it had already financed my missions trips to Indonesia, Australia, and the Caribbean island in Curacao by my 6th month. And so we were just going for it. We were just working it. My whole team, I'm so proud of them. We all gave it, and we still give it everything we've got. I mean, you got to think about this. I live in a town of 2,700 people. And in my first year, I earned $175,000 with this company in a town of 2,700 people. So it doesn't matter where we live. We have no limits. This company is limitless. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter those types of things, what background you come from or what your past failures may be. This company affords you the opportunity to turn it all around and maximize your future. Saba, that's what it does for us. So I'm so grateful. In my first 2 years, I have averaged over a six-figure income. And I didn't start that until I was 57 years of age. So age has nothing to do with it. This company is everything that you need to change and transform you physically and financially in every way. Whatever your why is, this company can help you to produce that and make it a reality.
Thank you, Angela. Great story. And of course, we want to remind everybody that it's not necessarily what Angela shared with you, representative of the income of every person that joins Saba, certainly. You're going to earn through your participation. How much money you actually earn is based on your work, and we all know that. There's no guarantee, there's no projection of actual earnings or profits. You can do very well financially with our product line. However, there's no guarantee of that. We know that it's hard work, dedication, and your successful efforts that are going to make you successful here at Saba. So no financial guarantees. So what do we offer here? You've heard about the products. You've heard a little bit about the company. You've heard about the industry that we're in. You've heard about the opportunity. So what we offer here at Saba, we give you meetings. And we have local meetings, just like what we're having here tonight in Oklahoma City, regional events, national events. Your local team members, wherever you're at, are out there hosting events to where you can tie yourself and your guest into those events. Conference calls. We have national conference calls on Monday night, our leadership call. On Wednesday night, we do our Saba 60 What's Up Wednesday call, where Tiffany Overmiller, our lead coach, who you saw at the very beginning, host that with several of our advisors as well on that call to give you support for that program. Personalized Saba website and marketing tools, optional the Saba Builder marketing site. So everything that you need is available, including our Saba Business Kit. I've got one, back here, and without going through all of it, I just have to tell you, this truly is a business in a box. Inside, you're going to get all the marketing tools, a great CD from Jim Rohn, for those of you that followed Jim Rohn over the years, our For You journal that shares even more of the stories and success that people have had with Saba, but also training guides where it gets you to set your goals and to set an actual plan. So when you join us, make sure you go through that business kit, and the person that brought you into Saba goes over that kit with you to show you how to get started in the right way. So what do? Hey, we're just asking you to pick your product. Are you interested in starting with Saba Ace G2, an incredible formula that we introduced several months ago? Are you interested in getting started with Saba 60 that gives you a complete meal plan and gives you 3 incredible products, the Co-Cleanse, the Saba Ace G2, as well as the Top Fast? And at what level are you interested in? Are you interested in just getting started with the product and being a product user? That's perfectly well. I can promise you most of the people in this room probably started that way, where they tried the product first and got results before they really looked at the business. So you pick your product, you pick your kit, however you want to come in, and then you get started. So what we're asking you tonight is to make a decision. The people that come to these presentations, they're really one of 3 people. You're either an A, a B, or a C. And by that, I mean this. A C is a person who watched this broadcast. They were invited by someone. They're not really sure what it's all about. They're not ready to make a decision. Well, for you, I challenge you to get back with the person that invited you and get all the information that you need to make a decision, whether it's on the product or whether it's on the opportunity. And then you may be a B, and that's a person who knows they're ready to get started. They want to try the product right away, and they can get started today. And you can either do that, as we said, by buying at retail, or saving money by becoming a preferred customer. And the person that invited you can certainly explain how simple and easy that is for you. And then there's the A. That's the person that sees an opportunity, recognizes an opportunity when they see one, knows what's available here. Like you heard Angela Stevens share with you, she looked at what was available here, realized it, and went for it. If you're ready for that, I challenge you tonight. Join me, join all of us that are in this room and across the nation with Saba, and get started where you really can change your life, both from a wellness standpoint and a financial standpoint. So come join us here at Saba. Thanks, everybody.